Good to have you join us on E15 Elections 2015, where we look at trending issues ahead of the 2015 general elections in Nigeria. The program features people who get first contact with news stories before it became public knowledge. That is, journalists to critically examine these issues pertaining to the elections. My name is Oba Adeoye. Now, it's exactly 4 days to the Presidential National Assembly elections, and it's good to know that men of the Nigerian police force, they say they are no longer force, men of the Nigerian police have made a U-turn on its earlier warning to electorate to stay away from polling centers after exercising their civic duty on election days. The police had last week announced that there was no need for voters to stay back at their polling centers after casting their vote. But police authorities have now had a change of mind, saying that Nigerians could stay behind after voting as long as they maintain peace and obey the electoral guidelines. Interesting. Meanwhile, the United States President Barack Obama and the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, that is ECOWAS, have stressed that only fair and transparent elections will guarantee a true democratic process in Nigeria come May 29, 2015, when the incumbent government may continue or a new government sworn in on that day. The two political leaders have urged Nigerians to reject those calling for violence before, during, or after the election. And in reaction to the uncertainty of skepticism of what March 28 and April 11 might look like, President Goodluck Jonathan and the Independent National Electoral Commission have assured Nigerians and the international community of putting up free and fair and credible elections across Nigeria. INEC on its own said ballot papers for this Saturday's Presidential National Assembly elections will be moved from the Central Bank of Nigerian vaults from tomorrow to respective states. These are the issues we shall be looking at on today's episode of E15. Let's take a short break now, and when we come back, you meet my guests and the program gets into full throttle.
TVC News brings to you all the breaking news stories. Join us online at tvcnews.tv. You can also log on to our Facebook page, facebook.com/tvcnewsafrica. Follow us on Twitter at tvcnews_Africa. And of course, watch all our news and programs on YouTube at the TVC News. TVC News, through African eyes.
Third Eye, showing these times on TVC News through African eyes.